Hi guys, Rjpasini from Rjpasini.com. Come to you today to talk a little about the crazy things that sold on eBay, and I just wanted to share that information with you guys. If you notice in my background, I have a Halloween background picture there. I figured kind of put people in the spirit for the Halloween season, well, Halloween day coming up. But anyway, that's not why I'm making this video. I just wanted to say that I am happy about one thing. This video that I'm doing right now will be the 400th video so far that I produced since I started selling on eBay and since I started my YouTube channel. So I'm pretty proud about that. But anyway, that's not the real reason why I'm making this video. I just wanted to share something with you guys. I was telling you in my last video that about the craziest things that sold on eBay, and I just want to share. There's only a few things. I just thought I'd share it out, give you a shout out there, let you know what it's all about. Back in the day, when Entrepreneur did this eBay startup guide, Make a Fortune on eBay, it was like a big thing. It was on the news too. Matter of fact, like they were coming out with this Entrepreneur magazine, and it had a free CD inside, which it does, and I have it right here. And the magazine's pretty good, it comes with the CD, which I tried to play the CD, honestly. And here's the book itself right here, and here's the CD. And apparently, the CD doesn't work with the Windows Media Player. Okay, so and this was eBay University. I believe Griff was teaching this course at the time, and so yeah, this valuable CD, a $19.95 value, is yours as a free gift. But like I said, it doesn't work with the newer computers, at least not with mine anyway. But the book was pretty. The book is pretty good. It's got a lot of insight in there. It gives you a lot of information and stuff like that. For a real eBay aficionado, if you want to get the eBay card, I don't know if you can even still get them anymore. But that's how it looked back then. I guess if you were really into eBay and you wanted to get those cards, your credit card like that, you can go for that there. But it had a lot of information in there. It's got startup assistance, online service, and an internet. General small business resource. They came up with a lot of information on here, and it's a shame. I don't know if you can. I'm sure you can still get them. I haven't bought magazines in a while because a lot of people do their research on the internet anyway. But back then, I like to have hard copies of books, so I didn't want to always do research on a computer, which I do now more so than ever now because because I got into this business on a full-time basis. So it gives me no choice but to do a lot of research on the internet. But these books are pretty good, though. I mean, I'm keeping them as reference. People might say, well, maybe the information is old, but sometimes you can get some good points on it, I'm sure. Well, this book here came out. I'm trying to see a date here. Sorry, folks. There's really no date on this, from what I could see here. And so that's kind of odd. I'm surprised. I don't really see a date here. It's a book with the endless date. No, it's got to have some kind of dating on here, but I don't know. I don't see it here right now, and I don't want to take too much of your time. If you pick a copy of this here, you might want to, look it over for yourself. I don't know if you can still get it. You probably could still get the old copies on eBay if you wanted to look it over. Another one I picked up a while back was, and these are older books now, matter of fact. Okay, so just keep that in mind. This one is spring of 2005. This book here, okay, and this is the one that has the eBay's craziest auctions. And I brought this to work one time, my last job, and I was telling people about it. And when I was mentioning the stories, and people were like, "You got to be kidding! Really? This here is this is what people are really selling stuff like that there?" And they didn't believe it. I said, "I'm not making this stuff up. It's written in here. It's in this eBay Insider." I didn't make it up. That's what I'm reading. That's why I picked it out. But people, I guess, kind of like thought I was kidding around with it. But you'd be surprised the things that sell on eBay. It's amazing. It really is. I mean, you can't make this stuff up. Here's another magazine I picked up. Oops, I got a. Oh boy. We got into that there. I guess I backed out too many. I think I see what happened here. Okay, guys. Here's another one I picked up. This one here is another one: buy and sell safely and secure, quick reference guides and debt tutorials, advanced user tips, and much more. This book here is pretty good. I like it. I got a lot of pretty good insight out of it. I got some good information out. I talked about eBay Motors on half.com. I think half.com, I think eBay's doing something with that. I don't know if they're phasing that out or they're not too involved with it. Then they teach about search words are key. They talk a little about that. Sometimes, even though you say, well, the information that you see is little yellow stickies, that's from me because I was doing my research and reading this book. My lunch hour, I used to go out in the car and read these magazines because back then, even I had a full-time 9-to-5 job. I was, always wanting to do eBay on the side, and hopefully I could turn it into a full-time venture. And in 2016, when I lost my job, got laid off, it became a full-time venture. So went from part-time venture to full-time venture. But that's what we got going on, and it's a good book. Like I said, I keep it for reference. I'm not going to get rid of these books. They're not money, it's not much to store. The other ones they used to have, and I really liked them, was they did away with this here. And let's see if I can get this one here without messing up here. Whoops, let's see, wait, that's not where we want to go. So you get an idea what I'm talking about here. This one here, the Power Up, it's the Seller's Guide to Success. These are good magazines. They give a lot of good tips in there. And they talked a lot about, like I said, they had the 2011 Holiday Sales Planner, which they let you know in advance what you should be getting ready to do for the holidays. This one here is watch for new eBay consumer TVs and digital ads. They would tell you like basically things that you should get ready to buy. They had one for October 31st, Halloween, to start getting ready. Even though they have this little thing in here, I don't know if you can still subscribe to it. I think I inquired about it, but I don't think they have that anymore. If they do, that'd be great. It says over here, put eBay Seller's Guide to Success and all the right hand subscriptions are free. If they had it, I ain't getting any more. I mean, I don't know what happened to it. But this is a good thing too. A lot of good insight, a lot of good information in these books. What I liked about it, and we'll turn to the next page here. I'm not going to scan the whole copy here. What happened is what I liked about this is the holiday hot list right here. Okay, as you can see in the holiday hot list, they talk a lot about different things, electronics, what sells pre-holiday for November 21st to the 30th. Now, even though this is old stuff, unless the merchandise really changes or comes from another planet or a galaxy, most likely you're going to still have this same stuff. I would still think it's going to be like that. Although people may beg to differ. They may say, well, looking at this here for electronics, sorry, this is an older one now. Remember that. This is from 2011. But they got over here notebooks, TVs, tablets, home theater, GPS, car stereos. I guess what they're trying, from what I gather, these are the things that are going to be the hot list for that at that time for 2011. All right, this is what eBay conjured up. This is what they gave, and clothing, shoes, accessories. And again, even though it's old, it could still kind of put you in that mindset to say, hey, you know what? This is maybe like I said, maybe I should start getting into more, I don't know, accessories, notebooks, computer peripherals. I don't sell that many computer peripherals, but maybe I might want to consider doing that there. And then like pre-holiday, November 21st to the 30th, women's Ugg boots. Well, these things I kind of like give you a little insight. Men's Timberland boots. Let's see what sunglasses. All right, diamond earrings. Well, again, remember this is for Christmas now coming up. And then they got over here toys and games. All right, that's for clothing, shoes, and accessories. The other one was all for electronics. They broke it down like that, and you can see it on the screen as well. What I'm looking at is what you're looking at. Over here for the toys and games, Lionel model trains. Good luck trying to get those. You don't see many of them around. Then they got Star Wars stuff. Star Wars is somewhat still good. Transformers, Pretend Play, Leapfrog, Leapster. Toys, camera, MP3 players, Hello Kitty, plush dolls. I'm selling Hello Kitty clock radio in case you're interested, by the way. No, just throw a little segue out there. Lego sets. Then they got over here holiday for December 1st to the 24th. Cars, trucks, and vans, Lego sets, radio controlled vehicles. It kind of gives you an idea. Like if a person's sitting there saying, geez, I want to get into this business. I don't know what to sell. I don't know how to go about it. Or what should I be looking for? This list, even though it's old, and you're starting off, we're getting close to those months, September, October. Okay, let me just clear these out, folks. I get these watch alerts all the time. Even though it's old, it gives you a little insight. Like in other words, okay, let me get ready for the holidays. Let me see what, maybe I could pick some stuff off this list. So it does help out. It really does. And it's a shame the magazine. I don't know. They stopped. I mean, because if I'm not mistaken, I did inquire about this here. And I don't remember. I think they said they're doing away with it, as far as I know. Let's see here. Let's see. Let me go back here. I just want to see. And this one here. Well, that's how it comes. The basics. That's the CD that they gave you. They give you a CD there, the startup guide, and that's the backdrop, of course. Yeah, that's the disc that comes out. The disc was pretty. I tried cleaning it with alcohol and stuff like that, like a damp cloth and stuff. Couldn't get a lot of residue off. I guess that'd be sitting in that jacket for a period of time. And this is the other magazine. I think maybe I did make a photocopy of this. That's interesting. I thought I had this one here, Power Up. Maybe I didn't. Okay, I guess I didn't. I guess I figured why have both of them. But anyway, that's what we have going on here. So this is another good one. It doesn't have the holiday list in there, but it has over here driving traffic. Driving traffic in your category. Again, it's got some good pointers. Expand your horizons, ship worldwide. I don't really get involved with the shipping worldwide. That's something I never really took into consideration. I heard too many stories about global shipping, although people may beg to differ and say, well, I had good luck with it, and I'm sure you guys did. Me, not really, into that right now. I never really, dabbled into that there. It seems to me like it's too much of a problem to, send stuff overseas and stuff, and you got to get the customs forms and stuff like that. Maybe I'm making it more than what it is, but I never really got into that there, Then you're talking over here. Buyer-friendly returns benefit sellers too. Positive returns, they talk about this here. About they give you a little insight in there in this magazine. They were really good books. I mean, I guess they want to save trees. Okay, that's basically what it boils down to. Here's another one: expand your horizon, ship worldwide. But they do have good information. They really do. And for the amount for what I use it for right now, for as far as reference, they don't take much space up, as you can see. This is the total books I have right here. That's not much space, and you get 4 different ones. There was one over here. Let me see over here if I can see it here. They had successful people that did start business here. If I can find it here in this booklet here. I didn't want to put it in just yet, but let's see if I can find it. Back in the day, there was a company called Glacier Bay DVD. I don't know if you guys heard of them. And I think it's in this. I think it's in this thing here, this magazine. And these guys had a really good thing going for themselves. They really did. I don't know exactly what was the reason why they got out of that business or what happened to it, but I'm quite sure it was in this magazine. In this magazine, they did point out some people. Like I said, they do have success stories in these magazines too. Okay, they do point out the success stories. I'm just trying to figure out which magazine it was where it had that guy in there. These guys were good too. They were doing, I think, 10 million a year, if I'm not mistaken. And isn't that funny? You ever had that, folks? Whenever you want to try to show somebody something, and then you say, "Geez, what happened to it?" I just seen it a minute ago, and now it's not here. Kind of odd the way it works. Let's see. Unless it was in that magazine, I don't know. Let me see. I just want to see one more time. I don't want to take too much of your time up, guys. Yeah, I think, okay, here it is. It's page 12. Okay, I'm over here, so I must have been flying through these pages really quick here. Okay, okay, here it is. Oh, I passed it up. These guys here, okay, this is Glacier Bay, just for starters, Glacier Bay. These guys, from reading the story here, were doing pretty well for themselves. It says over here, I'm not going to read the whole story. It says Glacier Bay DVD, eBay user ID, that was down there, and Anaheim, California, Smythe and his partner, Michael Liedman, 40, sell DVDs exclusively on eBay. Last year, their revenue was $3.6 million. They expect to hit $7 million this year. Now, reading this here once before, later on, I think but don't quote me on it, I think they reached up to 10 million, I believe. Now, I don't know exactly what happened with this company. I don't know if it's still there. I never bothered researching it. I don't see them on there anymore. It's called Glacier Bay DVD. I don't see them on eBay anymore. I don't know if they just, you know, there's been stories though where people had become successful on eBay and eventually they bumped off. You know, they got out of it because they either were too old, or they had a business that they started and became very successful and they felt they didn't need eBay. Although, if I became successful enough on eBay where I was to open a brick and mortar store, I would still definitely keep eBay. That's where I got my finding roots from. That's how it started from, the business. That's how I would look at it. So for me personally, if I had a successful business, I don't think I would give up eBay just yet, you know what I'm saying? But I don't know if that's what happens. I don't know if they were getting too big for eBay, they grew eBay, or a business was slacked off, or maybe they weren't. I don't know the story on them. But all I know is these guys were pretty good, you know? And that issue you could find out in this one here. If you could pick up a copy to see, maybe you could get an old copy of it on eBay, you know? But anyway, let me tell you about those stories, though, really quick, just to share them with you. I mean, people won't believe it, but they're out there. These stories are out there. And here it is over here. I think it was in this magazine here. Yeah, it's in this magazine. Here's the weird, okay? It says over here, the only on eBay, right? And I keep getting these watch reminders, folks. I'm sorry. I signed up for that there, and every time I get something comes up, I get a watch. It says over here, the organized chaos on eBay, reflection of a human condition. There is other things that goes on and on and on. And then it talks about stuff like that. Here it says the weird. One man who, I'm talking about this story right here. I don't know if you guys can read it, but it's the one over here that says the weird. One man desperate to auction life-size cardboard cut out of Elvis because his wife was obsessed with it. She kept it in the couple's bed at night, certain that Elvis was speaking to her through this image. To help his wife get past this problem, the seller's only condition was this: I am asking the winner to write a letter to my wife explaining that they are taking the ghost of Elvis with them, and she could rest peacefully. Now, this one here, they don't tell you the price on this one here, but there are some that do tell you the price. Okay, for example, the stupid. First came the grilled cheese sandwich with the likeness of the Virgin Mary. After receiving 2 million hits on eBay, the item sold for $28,000. That's the one that they said, the stupid one. Okay. Yeah. Then came the imitators, looking to cash in on the seller's success, in the form of a bandwagon, Virgin Mary sandwich memorabilia, or even a cheesier ideas to sell. Well, they sell like Lucifer's Hot Pocket, whatever, pizza pastry. And there's one guy that says over here, unlike the grilled cheese sandwich, auction bidding for this wasn't the pocket, I guess the Lucifer Pocket, whatever, Hot Pocket, sold on eBay for $137.19. Okay. Here's the desperate. There's been many names. There have been many names. A baby. eBay auctioneers, right? And the trend that goes on and on and on. The couple is desperate to conceive a child. I want to get the one here. I'm going to skip that one here. That's the desperate. Here's the one here. The broke. One man bought 266 pairs of silk pajamas from Thailand with the intention of reselling them items in the United States. Unfortunately, the pajamas were actually Thai silk, a mixture of rayon and polyester, and the sizes were intended for slighter build Asian women, and thus was too small for the average sized American. The seller spent $3,000 on the original shipment, and yet the starting bid for the pajamas disaster was only $9.99. At least he got $1,000. At least he got something for it. Then you got the strange. A cat doesn't really need. Let's talk about the strange about a cat. Let's see here. Resulting treatment of kitties, herpes, infection. The winning bid spent $50 to nab the cat's apparently unnecessary ninth life, whatever. That's it. Then you got the rare. When 1.5 inches of snow fell in Brownfield, Texas, on Christmas, an enterprising resident saw that more than an opportunity to scoop the sidewalks. The 23-year-old man created a 2-pound snowball made from the miracle snow and immediately started on eBay auction and offload the goods. The winning bid was $73 plus $20 to ship the snow in an ice chest. Okay, that's that one. And the other ones were over here. I believe it's in this book. Let's see. Is it this one here? I'm trying to see where the other one was here. I'm sorry, guys. I wanted to share this because, you know, a lot of people might not believe these things here, and when you tell people, I think a lot of people think you're making this stuff up, and I am not making this stuff up. It comes right out of the books. Okay, let's see. I think we can we talk about that? I guess that was in this book here. I got to go back and forth to books now. See that? Let's see. I think it was this book. I believe it was this book. Maybe not. Okay, I think it's probably this one here. Okay, I think it's this one. How to sell anything on eBay. No, it wasn't that one. Let's see, a little more over here. That might have been on the front. Let's see. Okay, the eBay's craziest. Did we talk about this one here? No, I don't think we did. That's just another one. Here's one over here. Okay, let's see, football team. Now here's a guy in September 2004. Legacy put the Firebirds up for auction with the starting bid of a cool $3 million and buy it now priced at $3,900,000. Of course, to make a bid, you had to first have to subject yourself to a background check and approve to 75% of the NFL board, directors, and have a net worth of $60 million. So the auction ended without a single bid. I kind of figured that was going to happen anyway, right? We kind of think we're going through that criteria. Here's one, Grandpa's Ghost. In December 2000, let's see, I'm bouncing all around here, folks. Oh my gosh. All right, I made a mistake. Let's go back over to this one here. I got it backwards here. Okay, Grandpa's Ghost. This one here, there's a little story with this one here. In December 2004, Mary Anderson used to buy and sell, Anderson used eBay to sell a ghost. It seems that the father had recently passed away, and her young son Colin was afraid of that ghost and of the grandfather, and was haunting the house. To put their son's fears to rest, she decided to put the ghost up, on eBay. The winning bidder would receive the ghost plus the father's cane. Since eBay requires you sell something physical, the only stipulation was the winning bidder had to write her son and let him know that Grandpa's spirit was in a safe and sound. Believe it or not, there were 132 bids in this auction, and the winner, the Golden Palace.com, an online casino, paid a whopping $65,000 for it. It's right here. It's right there. Okay. You gotta. You tell people these things, they wouldn't believe it, right? But it's right there. Grandpa's Ghost. Okay. The cane. That's the. I remember hearing that story about the ghost cane. They talked about that once before. And then you got over here on the next page, Sell Your Soul. Here's one. Here's a crazy auction that didn't make it to completion. In 2000, an enterprising apparently cash-starved seller tried to sell his soul on eBay. Okay, unfortunately, the eBay requires the seller actually deliver something physical to the buyer. Since the soul can't be boxed and shipped, eBay canceled the auction. Still, it's an interesting idea. Here's the Virgin Mary cheese grilled sandwich. I think we talked about that earlier. This was, I guess, in another book. That one there sold for $28,000. There you go. Look at that. Right there. We can see that. $28,000 for a grilled cheese sandwich. I don't know if you guys heard it. It had to be on the news. And then I think we talked about this one here, the Buffalo Snow. One Buffalo resident, that's over here, the Buffalo Snow, says one Buffalo resident had his fill of the local snowfall and decided to auction off a slice of winter wonderland. The seller sold a pint of a record-breaking 81-inch of snow that fell on Buffalo over the Christmas 2001. The winning bid, the winning bid was a disappointing $25. Well, I don't know what's so disappointing about picking snow off the ground, freezing it. Well, I guess he had to ship it in one of those freezer things, just like the other guy did, and getting $25 for it. But there you have it. It's sold. And I'm sure if you look up on more eBay stuff, like if you type in the craziest things, I just got these things from the magazines I read, these here, and I found it kind of amusing. I really did. That's why I wanted to share it with you guys. I don't know, I don't know how much you're into eBay. I'm pretty much into it, and I guess when you see captions like that back in the day, it kind of like says, wow, maybe I can make a fortune on eBay. Some people have made a lot of money off eBay, to be honest with you. I'm still, hanging in there. I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna throw the towel in yet. And I think a lot of people that are in this business, you do have your ups and downs, your slow days and stuff. But the most important thing, folks, in anything you do with a business, always remember one thing though, when you're in a type of business like this here, try to stay focused. And the most important thing with any business, just to sum it up in a nutshell, as you know just as well as I know, and if you listen to a lot of entrepreneurs and people are successful, I heard it on Shark Tank the other day on Friday. The most important thing is have perseverance. I can't express that notion that you got to have that drive, and you got to, no matter how bad things look, there's going to be ups and downs with this type of business. But as crazy it is with these people selling all these crazy things, snow, ghost cane and stuff like that, they're nervy, and you know what? They take a chance, and if you don't take a chance in life, you're never going to know. And that's what I'm trying to say. If you got a passion, fulfill your dreams. Like I said, I think I said this in one of my other videos. You're going to cross this path once in life. Try to enjoy it. Live your passion out. Like I said, if you're working a 9-to-5 job, try to do this on the side. I wouldn't quit my day job just yet, but just put the brakes on. Do your research. Make sure you're well covered. And I can't express this other thing too more so. If you're going to go into this business, go in with your bills, pay down your bills as best you can, okay? And don't go in with don't go into a business like this with a lot of credit card debt, and don't keep buying, sourcing your merchandise on credit cards. If you plan on going into this business and you want to do this business, do it on a small scale. Put money away on the side, whatever. But don't go into this blindfolded and say, well, I got a $5,000 credit line. I'm going to use my credit line to do this here. Put money aside for it. But the most important thing is pay your bills down. Don't go in there, like I said, don't go into this business with a lot of debt, because to be honest with you, having too much debt and then trying to run a business is not going to help you. That's my advice to you guys out there looking to start this business. I wouldn't give up my day job just yet, but like I said again, if you're going to go into this business, try to go in with it, if you could bring your debt load down the best you can, that'd be a good thing for you. It's a good start. But anyway, I just thought I'd share that stuff with you guys. Maybe one day we could be in magazines like this here. Maybe we could be in a magazine where you could say, hey, I made a fortune on eBay. I mean, if you read the books, there's another one I have too. I have it. I'm trying to see where I put it. It's the eBay. Oh boy, it's the eBay Millionaire, and that book talks about people that started businesses and stuff like that and become titanium sellers. A titanium seller, if you know anything about that, I think the way that works, that's the shooting star, of course. I think you got to do it for titanium. I think you have to have 150. I think you have to do gross, at least that's what I understand. I think 150,000 a month. It's something ridiculous. I know it's something ridiculous, but that's like a titanium seller on eBay. It'd be nice if I could hit something like that there, but being a one-man band, I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon. But you know what? As I always say, folks, in any type of business, and a lot of entrepreneurs say too, it's not how you start, it's how you finish. Don't give up your dreams. Stay power driven to doing it here. If you're, like I said again, you're working a 9-to-5 job, do it after hours. I know people might say, yeah, but 5 days and then Saturday and Sunday you only get 2 days off. You got to make a sacrifice. That's all I can tell you. In business, it's a 7-day-a-week, 24-hour day deal. What are you going to do? Since I got into this business, I'll be honest with you, I've been working much more harder at it than I was in my 9-to-5, because the 9-to-5, you do your 9-to-5 job, you come home, right? You eat your supper, you relax, you maybe go for an afternoon walk after dinner. You do little things like that there. You're not really thinking about, hey, am I going to make money today? It's not. You don't have those thoughts on your head because you have a steady income coming in. You know what I'm saying? You got a weekly paycheck coming in. You're not worrying about, hey, if I don't make money today, am I going to be able to meet the bill at the end of the month? But that's why I'm trying to say, when you're going into business, bring that debt load down as much as you can. Believe me, you'll thank yourself over and over again, because the last thing you need to do is go into a business and have a heavy debt load hanging over your head. It's not going to help you out, and you're never going to get anywhere. And the thing is, if you are going to go into, if you're going to do this business, let's say you're going to do it to supplement your income. Let's say you are going to use it for whatever reasons, for traveling, maybe you want to go out for dinner every now and then. If you're a person that's got a lot of debt, heavy, you got a lot of headache, you have a lot of credit card usage, use the money that you get from eBay, reinvest it, pay your bills down. Pay your bills down, get rid of those credit cards, keep maybe one or two with low minimum, credit lines, right? And use them sparingly. My rule of thumb was, between me and the wife, when we used to work things out like that, as far as with credit cards, I would spend, if I spent 100, it was my turn, like we took turns. Like if I spent 100 that month to buy maybe a shirt or a couple pairs of pants or shoes, whatever it may be, we worked out, when the bill came in, we written a check out, that $100, the bill was paid. There was no balance on it. They didn't make any money because there was no interest, because we didn't have hard credit card bills. Then the following month, if she needed something, right? If she needed something, she would go out, buy skirt, dresses, whatever she needs. We had a cap though, $100. If it went over a little, okay, but we had a cap on it. The bill came in, it was paid off. The credit cards don't make any money because there's no interest on it, because we broke the whole balance, so we paid it off. That's how you can get ahead of the game. Now my daughters are the same way. They both have credit cards with low minimum. Matter of fact, just to share something really quick, my daughter had a credit card for a couple $1,000s, and she decided, she said, "Dad, I don't want it." I closed the account out. I think they gave her a credit line of $2,000. She didn't want it. She got rid of it. I go, "Really? Why'd you get rid of it?" I go, "It's a small credit line." She goes, "I don't want it." I started my kids off with a secured credit card, MasterCard, through our credit union, okay? And we started them off with secured MasterCards, credit cards. And the way it works is, if you don't know what a secure card is, you put your own money in there. I think it's a minimum of $250. You got to put $250 in there, and that's what you have to play with. Now, if you pay off the whole balance at the end of the month, you don't get charged. But even though you're saying your bank, you're using your money to pay, right, to establish credit. That's the best way to establish credit, by the way, folks. Get yourself a secured credit card. I mean, I'm telling you, my daughters did it. They had it for a while, 6-7 months. They were getting offers in the mail, from banks. They were offering them credit cards like that. Needless to say, they just would toss those in the garbage because that's all they wanted. So my older daughter got rid of her card, and she got the secured MasterCard, which is $250 balance. She goes, "That's all I need." She goes, "And if I want," and the way it works is with the secured MasterCard, your secured credit card, you could put as much as you want in there. You want to put it 5,000, 10,000, whatever you got, you could put it on there. It's yours. But remember this though, when you do use the secured card, when you pay less, if you don't pay the whole thing off, the bank charges you their interest rate. That's the drawback. Okay, that's the drawback. So remember that. You might say, "Yeah, but the bank is going to make money off you." But the only way you're going to get past that is if you pay it off. Now, $250 to some people sounds like, "Oh, that's not a lot, I could do it." And to some people, it's a lot of money. But it's a good way to establish credit. And you know what? People might say it's such a low credit line. You, again, like if just to give you a recap, you can increase it to whatever you feel comfortable with. If you want a $2,000 cap on it, or $5,000, like I said, you can put whatever you want on it. It's up to you. You could do that there. And I'm telling you, if you have bad credit, go for the secured credit cards. They help out. You're using your own money. But you know what it is? All these companies, Equifax, Experian, TransUnion, they want to see a pay history. Okay, they want to see a pay history. I say, "Hey, you paid. You pay on time. You delinquent your 30 days, for 60 days, 120, 90 days." They want to say your pay history is. That's what I tell my daughters. When you get those credit cards and you're making the payments on time, you're paying more than you're supposed to, above, or if you can pay the whole balance off, that's a plus on you. That looks good. But again, I'm only telling you this stuff because I experienced things like that when I went through 2 layoffs and 1 company bankrupt. Company went bankrupt, and I was in that situation. And let me tell you something. It took many years to get me past, where I am now, but I'm down to one card. And you know what? It's a secured credit card. When people say, "But wait a minute, don't you travel or go anywhere? Don't you need more than that?" No, because not only am I frugal when it comes to spending money, but I'm also conscientious and conservative a spender. And as I said once before, for example, I just purchased some boxes from Walmart. I usually get them in fours: 4 large, medium size, small, whatever. Let's say it cost me $30 for boxes, or $25, whatever it is for boxes. And I think I mentioned this really in closing really quick here. With those boxes, with the big box, the 18 by 18 24 is the biggest one they have. With that one box, I could get other boxes with it. I make custom boxes with it. And if you look at my past videos, I show you how to make custom boxes with the big box. I show you how to turn something big into something small. I do that when I sell the what do you call it, the PS2 guitars, the Rock Band guitars. I make custom boxes for them. I don't go out and buy boxes, and I'm not going to buy a big box and put something in there, and let it float around in there. You know what I'm saying? So I make custom boxes, and I do it for everything that you see that I sell. Unless it's something small, if I have a box that size, I'll box it up and sell it. Put it in a box. But for the most part, everything. I'll give you an example. If I had to sell this mouse, you think I'm going to put it in a big box like this? Even eBay, Walmart, smallest box is about this big. You think I'm going to put a big thing, like a little thing like this in there, in a big box? I cut it down to size. And believe me, it gets packed well. People say, yeah, but you pack it down, you cut it down to size, you ain't got to. Believe me, I know you got to use judgment though. I mean, you're not going to put it in here, and the thing's got no padding on the top there. It gets jolted. No, I know my rule of thumb is when it comes to boxes, 1 inch to 1.5 inches padding. Okay. Now, if you have to go any more than that I would go a little more with that if I'm doing fragile stuff. If something is, glass, a vase, or whatever, then that's a whole different ballgame. That's a whole different animal. But I'm talking about something like this here. I mean, if you put padding around here, about 1 inch padding all around it, surround it, and if it does drop, it's not going to break. Unless you sit there and purposely throw the thing on the floor or step on it. That's the only way it's going to break. I've done it. I sent stuff like that. And thank God I had no problem with it. Same thing with printers. When I get printers, like I said, I got a couple of printers I got to sell. I'm making custom boxes for it. I'm not going to put a printer that's this big, right, into a box this big. I'm not doing that. That's lunacy. That's crazy. And not only that, you waste your material too, because I don't do it that way. I make custom boxes for everything I sell. And everything I sell, I make custom boxes. And for those who bought from me, they've probably seen it when they get in the mail. But it's nice, clean boxes. They're new. They probably say, "Oh, this is a custom box," because you can see I put the tapes on the side, the corners like that, because I have to make sure it's well secure. But I make custom boxes, folks. And when you're in this business, you're going to try to look for every angle to save money. Okay, and if you're going to just be very cavalier and just say, "Oh, I'm going to do what I want to do. I don't care. I'll just pay you," that's up to you. I'm frugal, and the same thing when it comes to padded envelopes. When it comes to those padded envelopes, I buy the biggest one at the Dollar Tree, the biggest one for $1, this big, and I cut them when I sell the DVDs or VHSs. I cut that one big envelope. I get 4 out of them, 4, perfectly gets 4. You cut it into 4 slices, right? You put it in the padded envelope, you get 4. So for that $1 envelope, I'm getting 4 envelopes out of it. I'm getting to ship 4 items out for that $1. And I've been doing it like this for a long time. Well, for the time I've been doing this, thank God I never had any response from anybody saying, "Hey, you sold me this thing here, it came damaged, it's broken," stuff like that. Unless the post office breaks it. But for the most part, everything I sell is always well packaged. Anyway, folks, I hope this information here that I shared with you today with these books and talked to you about the crazy things. That's all I told you. I was looking for it after I made that last video. I don't know. Tell me what you think about it. If you think you got anything out of it, you think it's kind of crazy, corny, whatever. I just thought I'd share that stuff with you guys. And these are the books, like I said, I had. These are the only ones I have right now for eBay. I only have these 5 of them, whatever. And that's basically 5 books. And that's all I really need. Today everything is done online anyway. So if you need to do any more additional research, of course you know the rule. Anyway. Thanks a lot, guys, for stopping by. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. I don't think I'm going to be doing any more videos just yet, but I will see you in the next one. You take care. Have a great day, and enjoy the rest of your weekend. I know it's coming to a close. I'm over here on the East Coast. It's going on 6 o'clock, so that time. Anyway, take care, guys. And one last thing. If you like what I do with these videos and you want to subscribe to me, I'd love to have you as a subscriber. If you get anything out of them, I'm not saying so much for this one, but the other ones, that if you do see the other ones, give them a thumbs up if you like. If you don't, that's fine too. It doesn't matter thumbs up or not. I'd love to have you a subscriber. You know, I just want to share this one last thing with you. I did have it up to 100 yesterday. I had it up to 100. I was saying in my other videos, I'm trying to get that 100 mark, and I had it up at 100. And then like about an hour later, I looked back there and went back down to 99. It's like, oh man. I said, whoever it is, I guess they didn't like the content I put out. But as time goes on, I'll try to make a little more interesting, videos, and hopefully I could help you guys out, give you some little different insights. I'm not one, like I said in my other videos, I am not a person that sits there and goes driving to thrift stores, and I don't go take my phone out there going doing things that I don't know if the thrift stores really like the idea of that. Some people, I told one of my friends at the thrift store, he said, why not? He goes, you're advertising for them, you're bringing more business. And I said, I don't know if they really like that though. I feel funny going to the store saying, well, here I am, I'm picking this thing up here, I'm picking up this magazine or this mouse or this computer thing, and I don't see other people doing it, and I would feel kind of awkward doing it, I don't know. I mean, yeah, it makes sense. You are bringing that, you are advertising for them, but I just feel funny. I never seen anybody, and all the times I've been going to my thrift stores, the two around the area here, I never seen anybody. I see people with cell phones looking stuff up on eBay, but I never seen people actually videotaping, like, oh, I'm going over here, and they're talking about it, picking things up. Oh, I got, look, this is for $1, this is for $2. I don't see people doing that. So for me, chances are you won't see me doing stuff like that. If you do, it's a rarity on my behalf, because people may say, "Wow, this guy tripped up. He said he wasn't going to do it. All of a sudden he's doing it." So I don't think I'm going to go that route, guys. But I'm not saying again. I'm not saying it's a bad thing for the people that do it. Listen, you run your business the way you see fit, and if you feel that it's helping out people, then that's good. That's the most important thing. That's why I do these videos too. I do it to help people out, in a sense. I mean, I don't, when I buy stuff, when I get to thrift stores, I'm not going to sit here telling you these cases have to go up. I'm not going to sit saying, oh, I paid X amount of money for these cases, and this is what I'm going to sell them for. I think it's irrelevant. I don't think you need to do that. That's my personal take on it. You guys may look at it different. If you do, you do. That's okay. Take care. Have a great one. If you get a chance, check out my my listings on eBay if you want to see anything I got. Maybe you might find something of interest. If not, that's fine. I just thought I'd throw it out there. Take care, guys. I'll talk to you in the next video. Bye-bye now.